Cool. All right.
Okay.
Round 3.
Yeah, round 3. Guys, I know, well, thank y'all for tuning back in, once you tune in. And I apologize for the technical difficulties. But let's just jump right back into it. So today we're going to talk about...
How's it level-wise?
Oh, level-wise is good.
Okay.
It's good. Yeah. Okay. All right. So welcome to another episode of Hardwork, Bad Decision. The good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it. All right. So today we're going to talk about your breaking point. I've had some situations this week that kind of made me feel like I wasn't being successful. And I was starting to feel a little bit overwhelmed. And I even had a little bit of a breakdown. I had to talk to my girlfriend so she could, just give me some vote of confidence. So, it was a pretty interesting situation for me because typically I'm very, confident. But,
you strike me as a confident guy.
Sometimes too confident. But I tell you what, man, this whole podcasting...
My breaking point is when live videos don't work. Yeah, we hear you.
Yeah, see, that's the special thing about going live. Sometimes things happen, but you know what? We're going to push forward. But, yeah, man, I was facing some things that was definitely overwhelming. And I know you had some situations.
Yeah, dude. I don't know what it is. Like, this last week seemed like it was just a big kick in the face. That was all it was. But I guess I'll jump into mine real quick.
Yeah,
So,
I'll talk about mine in a second.
Yeah, so for those of you guys who don't know me, my name's Mac, and I want to co-host here. But I used to own a digital marketing agency here in town, which at one point we employed 12 people, and had some disagreements with a partner of mine, which was a lesson in partnerships for anybody who might happen to be in one or was thinking about getting into one. It can work out, but in my case, it didn't. And I know a lot of cases of people where it didn't work out for them. But yeah, so we closed down the agency, and I'm opening up my own solo agency.
Wait, hold on. So the agency is completely closed down?
Yeah, we closed it down, and I spent... So here's the timeline of this last week. Starting on Friday, I left town to go down to Wichita for a leadership conference that I had signed up for a long time ago, so I was going because it was already paid for.
Yeah.
Got back on Sunday night, so it was like Friday to Sunday kind of thing. Got back Sunday night at 6 o'clock, and then had to go and empty out the office of stuff, and I started that at like 8 o'clock, and didn't get back home until like 2 in the morning.
Wow.
Because there's just so much stuff to move and furniture and all that. And then I had to go back to yesterday and go from like 3 o'clock till 10, finishing it all up. So
Yeah.
It was ridiculous. But at the same time, still trying to close down the old agency and take care of those clients, while starting my own agency and dealing with new clients and then people who are coming with me. And then my wife is pregnant, and that's not a big deal as far as like.
That's a pretty big deal.
Well,
bro.
I mean,
yeah.
It's not a big deal. It's like it's not. It's,
I'm just having a baby. It's a Tuesday to me.
Well, the thing that there's only 24 hours in a day.
Yeah.
And I'm having to allocate time to like 4 different areas, and those are areas. And then my wife, being pregnant, she wants time as well. She wants time when she's not pregnant, but she wants even more time now that she is.
See, that's the thing about wives. They always want time. I mean, what's wrong with them?
Yeah, and so, I'm sure you guys can relate to this. I was dealing at the point where there's only 24 hours in a day. I'm working somewhere like in the neighborhood of 14 to 16 hours, finding time to spend with my wife, and then also making sure I'm not dropping the ball on anything else that might happen to come up in life. That was my breaking point. I actually yesterday I hit a point where I was just like, what else can get added to my plate?
What
is there?
Man, I tell you, I mean, you telling your story makes my story seems very small because, my breaking point was actually with this podcast and just wanted to be successful and keep driving and pushing and just I've been watching so many YouTube videos on how to do this and how to do that, and I feel like I don't know none of this. And I'm like, I have to learn so much because right now I consider more of us as video bloggers.
Yeah, blog.
Yeah. Then a podcast.
Well, because it's still getting validated on iTunes.
Yeah,
right? So.
yeah. But past that, we got to do the iTunes and the SoundCloud and and all the different other programs. And I want to get an introduction thing started. So we have good music and it's so many of my thoughts. It's like it's running so wild, and I've been having a hard time just put it all on paper and making it work. So I don't know, man. I've been overwhelmed with this, and plus, obviously, running the business, and I got my fighters, and 2 weeks ago I started the new BJJ program. So
how's that going, by the way?
I'm having a lot of fun with that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay, let's talk about that real quick.
Okay.
Yeah, because initially I ran it about a year ago, about a year and a half ago.
Okay.
But I stopped because it was overwhelming because I was still an active fighter. So to run my other programs plus the BJJ program, I felt like I was doing too much, and I was still training to fight.
So hold on, before because I don't want you to skip over that.
Yeah.
What is the hour commitments to take to run multiple programs like that? What's your day look like?
Well, physically, each program from the Muay Thai program, the No-Gi Jiu-Jitsu, the MMA sparring, and the BJJ, each program is about an hour and a half. But I have about 16 classes. But it's not just the training or the class itself; it's the preparation. Coming up with new techniques and new drills and studying and making sure when I'm teaching, I'm actually teaching the right stuff. So I have to do my own studying, and sometimes, students ask questions, before class, after class. So now that takes up even more time, and it could be a lot because you're dealing with multiple different personalities, and you want to make sure that everybody get touched, everybody get what they need. So when they leave the gym, they felt like they learned something and they grew just a little bit. Okay?
Yeah.
So that with this podcast, obviously I'm trying to be a boyfriend, I'm trying to be a father. There's so much going on in life that I felt overwhelmed. I felt like I kind of hit my breaking point.
Well, you see, you one up me there because at least my baby's not born yet.
Yeah,
you got babies that are born.
Yeah, and I tell you what, be prepared, bro. Be prepared because they're gonna take over your life, and which is a good thing.
Yeah,
I love being a father, but it could definitely get complicated sometimes. Okay, I would say bring the camera down. The camera's too high. Yeah, multiple people said it. I know you can't tell, guys, but when we look at the screen, we look almost centered.
Oh no! So it's saying bring them on camera. Oh, so that's if you wanted to add like a co-host.
Oh, okay. I totally read that wrong.
Yeah, so it's saying like Adam as a co-host.
You know what? I feel like
how, guys, for anyone watching, I know there's a little bit of a delay from when we're talking and you guys might respond, but how does it look? Does it sound good? Does it look good? Camera good? Thumbs up if it is.
Interesting. It's always tough for me to read because the letters are so small.
Oh yeah, they're tiny.
So the next step, see, I've been thinking about that. That's been a problem, right? So I've been thinking about I want to get like an iPad or a different laptop just dedicated to this, so we can have something closer to us, so we could read.
Right. And that's good, looks good. Everyone's liking it.
Yeah. Okay. So we could read the comments without having. I'm like, what did she say? That I'm reading things incorrectly. All right,
look at it. Breaking points happen. We just push past them. They do not last forever. Us as ladies, men as well.
Yeah. So I like that, D, and I appreciate it. So I always tell people this, and it's funny. Sometimes I have to take my own advice, and this is what I'm gonna jump into. Tough times doesn't last, but tough people do.
Yeah. Yep.
We always, everybody goes through situations, and it's about finding that inner strength to keep pushing forward, and that's what I want to talk about.
Yeah.
You can dig that?
Yeah. So and that's I think it was so important just to set it up is we give those real world examples of what just happened in the last week, and there are certain points in that day where you're just like, fuck it, like you just want to throw your hands up and be done.
I definitely been there. I've been there multiple times.
You know what? Here's a funny random story, and I apologize.
I love random.
Okay, but you could take my man card for this if you want, but I hit the point where I was so stressed out, I went and took a bath.
A bath?
Yeah, I haven't had a bath in forever.
Tell me, and this is important, I need to know. Did you have bubbles?
No, I wanted bubbles.
You wanted bubbles? Okay.
But I didn't have any.
Okay, so you can keep your man card, because if you'd have some bubbles, then I would definitely confiscated that man card.
Okay, so the thing, here's a warning too for anyone out there that might have tried this. Don't use essential oils in a bath. I tried that.
It didn't work?
Well, apparently you're not supposed to use stuff that has like citrus or like peppermint or anything, because then my skin started burning and the entire experience was just crap.
Okay. Well, hey, if it works, bro, it works.
No, that was a terrible experience. I'm not taking baths anymore.
If you need to take a bath to help with your stress relief, go ahead and do it. Whatever it takes.
Baths are dope. Yeah, I got you.
I'm going to tell you what I did. First and foremost, I did contact my girlfriend.
Yeah, it ain't a bath if it ain't got bubbles.
You're right about that, brother. So what I did was I called my girlfriend.
Did you?
Yeah, I felt like, I mean, she's been a part of this game, you know, as far as the podcast and situation, and she has, you know, taken to it, and she really enjoys it. And I told her my concerns, and I was like, man, I want to grow this thing. I'm gonna end up spending money, and I'm putting so much of my life into this. Like, I'm almost thinking about this podcast more than I think about my actual business.
Really?
I don't know, man. I'm like, this has been my thing, man.
Is it because you see the potential of it all?
Yeah. I see the potential to be able to create a platform that we as adults could talk about things that affect us, things that are important. I can help promote, you know, my fighters so they could tell their story. And I think that's very key, you know, to hear people's story and journeys, you know, to stepping into the ring and in cage. It's just a really great platform. And obviously, you know, it could be monetized sooner or later, you know, help promote my sponsors like Muscle Farm and Caveman Chefs and things like that. So there's like so much potential. And I've seen other, and what frustrated me was seeing other podcasts and seeing other YouTubers and Facebook videos and how well they're doing. I'm like, how do I get there?
Yeah.
And I want it now.
Well, you know what's so weird, though, is, you know, that's something that's actually fascinated me for a long time. And it's, like, I don't know what, so there's a lot of examples where it was just like one episode or one video or one certain example that made them pop.
Yeah.
And then from there, it just kind of took off and it spreads like wildfire. Which, by the way, if you like this is entertaining to you, we would love it if you shared this. Get it out there.
Yeah, exactly, guys.
Man, somebody just wrote a wall of text.
You see what I mean? You see that screen? Like, to read that and still talk, it's tough. And these are the issues that I'm running into. Like, it's like, it frustrates me, and I'm not too sure if I'm a perfectionist or whatever it can be, but like, I want to be able to have dialogues with people that's writing and talk about it and just get better at this.
Yeah.
And the problem is, I guess I'm a little bit impatient. Okay, so let me get back to my resolution.
Okay, go ahead. We're gonna get off topic. By the way, Mark, you had a great long story there. I didn't get to read all of it because it just disappeared, but very inspirational.
Yeah, Mark, that's my uncle.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. So
sounds full of wisdom.
Yeah. It looked like it was a lot of wisdom. Okay, so yeah, I talked to my girlfriend.
Okay.
And I told her, you know, my concerns, and she just knew exactly what to say to calm me down. Okay, she was able to say things in a positive note, telling me that, like, we just started 3 weeks ago. It was just a reminder that I can't expect the world in a short amount of time. I have to work for it. I have to keep consistently building and going up the hill. And for some reason in my mind, I'm like, when I started, I'm going to be successful. And these are things we already talked about. We already talked about patience, you know, and
Yeah.
I'm falling victim to some of the things that I talked about not to do.
Yep.
You know, and I guess it's because I'm human.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing. Like, we're not
Hold on,
perfect.
shut the door.
Yeah, you're fine. Yeah, we're not perfect. We have struggles. We go through hard times, and it's how we respond to that actually makes us who we are. I don't know if you guys agree with that, but I mean, integrity is who you are when you don't want to actually. I don't know, what was it? There's a great definition of integrity that I'm failing on remembering right now, but it's making the right choices even when the right choices aren't easy to make in that moment. It's doing the right thing when everything about you is telling you to do the opposite.
Yeah. And she said something close to that. Because I told her, like, I'm kind of frustrated, whatever the case may be, and she said something to the key of if I wasn't frustrated, or better yet, being frustrated let me know that I'm on the right path. I'm being challenged.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, you know, I'm be like, it's. I have to look at it like I'm just not going to be great at everything I do, and it's the challenge that's going to give me the opportunity to grow. And once I realized that, and I sat back and I thought about it, I was like, you know what, she's right. She's right. I know I'm gonna put the work in. I have that work ethic. I just gotta have the confidence.
How long you guys been dating?
Good question.
Put him on the spot.
Yeah. No. I remember the day we met. We met. We met April 19th, and that's because that was the. She came to my preview for the Ultimate Fighter.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
And here's a funny story. She actually had another date with another guy. Okay. But the other guy had to cancel. So,
like cancel showing up for the date?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what happened? She contacted her girlfriend Missy, who was a student of mine, and she was at my viewing party and was like, "Hey, what are you doing?" And Missy's like, "I'm at Fox and the Hound." So she came to the Fox and the Hound, right? And
oh, yeah, you're fine. You go and finish.
Yeah. So she came to the Fox and the Hound, and I saw her, and I walked up to her, and I was like, thank you for coming to the viewing party. And she's like, I didn't know there was a viewing party. I didn't come here for you. I came here for Missy. She didn't say that, but she was thinking it.
That was her reaction?
Yeah. I thought she was coming for me, but she was really like, she had no idea I had a viewing party going on. She came for Missy. Anyway, I saw her. I was like, she's mad cute. I love her hair. The eyes was crazy. And I felt an instant connection. Now, She claims that she didn't pay no attention to me. I wasn't a big thing. I know she's lying. But anyway,
she doesn't want to feed your ego.
Yeah. Probably, right? So the next day I contact Missy, right? And I was like, "Hey, Missy, what's up with your girl? Is she single?" And she was like, "Yeah, she's single." I was like, put me down, hook me up." And Missy wasn't like trying to help me at all. She's like, "Well, if you want it, go get it. Like you gotta put the work in."
She's like, "Man up."
I know, and I was like, all right, cool. So I just asked Missy to ask her if it was okay if I contacted her through Facebook, because I didn't want to be a creeper and try to slide in the DMs.
You Facebook stalked her though, right?
I did Facebook stalk her a little bit. I checked out a little bit.
Yeah.
And
make sure she's not crazy.
Yeah, and the fact is, even funnier story. It gets deeper. So I already knew her. We met before. Let me say it right. We was Facebook friends. Because I met her on Tinder back when I was doing Tinder, and she was doing Tinder too. So you gotta admit it, you was doing Tinder, but she only did it for a week. But anyway, and we had a date set up that we both stood each other up. So almost a year ago, right?
So you both were interested.
Yeah.
You said you were gonna meet at this place, and you both didn't show up.
Yeah, we both didn't show up. It was at Starbucks. So
cool, now, that's why you didn't show up.
Yeah, so now I totally forgot about her. She kind of forgot about me. And then fate happens. She walked through the door.
She's like, "Oh my God, you're telling the whole story."
Yeah, I'll tell the whole story, the whole truth and nothing but the truth.
And I'm enjoying every minute of this.
So it's a great story. It's a great story. So fate happened.
Okay.
We didn't meet the first time, but honestly, I think that we wasn't in the situation or in the place to meet. I think that like the universe knew that.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
But then that night we met. We was both single. We were both in a better place. She was ready to date. I was ready to date, and it was instant chemistry. Maybe not instant, but we built on the chemistry.
Yeah.
All right.
So she knows you pretty well though, and so that's why she was able to give you that advice.
Yes. I mean, I talked to her a lot about some of the things that I'm going through. And some of the things that I'm facing, and we have those heart-to-heart conversations. So that's where I think when you are facing your breaking point, it's very important to have that support system, to have those people that's going to be positive. Mm-hmm. You don't want to talk to somebody that's always going to be negative. Like, I go to the negative Nancy or negative Ned. When I just want a different point of view, because you always got that one friend. No matter what you say,
call him Eeyore.
Yeah, they're always gonna say something. Well, if you do this may happen. And that doesn't work out all the time.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second, man. Let me go.
Wow.
I know.
If you're not listening, we started this podcast a little late, and it's getting to be, what is it, 4 o'clock, so he's got classes starting up right now. We usually get this going about 2, so we're getting on a little late here. And he's just going out there and going, turn it down, turn it down. All right, you set him straight?
Yeah.
There you go.
Jesus. You got technical difficulties.
Yeah, technical difficulties. The live feed won't work. Now you got people in here. That light is like blaring in my eyes. I can't see anything.
So,
by the way, Dee is giving you a shout out saying that you found your wife, and she's gonna bring looks like turkey or drinks, or I can't tell what that is from here.
Well, I appreciate it. Talking about a wife, that's far in the future, but I do definitely see potential between her and I because of the fact that we have a lot of similarities. We are focused. We are both ambitious. We work towards hitting our goals. And then, one of the things I love about her is the fact that I'm able to share my goals, and she's so positive that even when I have that self-doubt and I feel like I want to quit, she sometimes brings me back from the brink of quitting and just make me feel like I can do this, because I know at the end of the day, if I fail, she's still gonna love me. Okay, she's still gonna support me. She's still gonna respect me. She won't respect me if I quit.
Yeah, makes sense.
What I'm saying? So that's what I really love about her.
Well, it's interesting to know that, and you guys could probably relate to this because you might have that person. But whenever you're in a hard time, you found that one rock that you can call, and interestingly enough, it's not family.
Yeah, well, I do believe I have a good support system with my family.
I'm not saying that.
But like, she's in the grind with me.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So to have that one person that's trying to build, because she's trying to build her businesses, and she's trying to hit her fitness goal, and she's a part of the podcast, so she could definitely give me that insight that's gonna help me. Like, you know what, you got a point, because she knows what I'm going through.
Yeah.
Physically, emotionally, because just talking about her situation, like, she was nervous to do the podcast, so she had to face her demons, and I had to talk her up to it.
Well, that first episode, that one was probably a little rough, like getting the butterflies out and all that.
Maybe for her, but it was for her. That part was nervous too, but she killed it.
Yeah, I watched that. She did good.
Yeah. So as I hit my breaking point, and I really felt like I was being overwhelmed, to have that person in my background and that could set me down and say the things I need to hear. It was awesome.
Yeah.
What about you, man? How are you getting through your situation?
It's a long answer, actually. What up, Carrick? Carrick just joined us.
Yeah, the homie.
Yeah. Okay, so the way I deal kind of with stress and dealing with situations as they come up is I've got a couple of go-tos.
Yeah.
First is my wife. And I need to do a much better job of actually involving her in some of the other aspects of my life. Like, before, I didn't involve her in a whole lot of business, and I think that was the wrong approach. I want her to be a part of what we talk about and what we do, and her part of the process, because we have great conversation, and she always has insight, as much as I don't want to listen to it sometimes because she's bright.
Yeah.
And I don't want to admit
bro,
that.
I feel your pain. I can tell you how many times Rachel have corrected me and told me some things that I didn't want to hear, but I needed to hear, and that's key, man.
The other part is association, and I'm going to break it down because association is a buzzword and it's used all the time, and I don't like it being generalized down to that. But there are a select group of individuals and people that I can go to. I have a personal mentor of mine. His name's Dave, and he's a guy. He's 63 years old.
Wow. Okay.
And
a lot of wisdom there.
A lot of wisdom, man. And he's from a business aspect, he's owned several different companies, an oil and equipment company, a guest ranch out in Colorado, owned big businesses. And he's also one of the people that helped lead me to Christ, which is awesome in its own regard. But he's a source of wisdom in the way he looks at the world, because he's an entrepreneur and he's got that entrepreneur mindset first. It's completely different, and so I bounce ideas off of him, thinking I know what his answer is going to be, and it's completely not what I was expecting, and it floors me. And he calls me out on my crap.
Yeah. You definitely need someone that's going to call you out and let you know that you BSing a little bit.
Yeah,
That's
and it's so annoying to get called out on it too.
Oh yeah. I tell you what, a lot of different people call me out. Even sometimes my son would correct me on
Really?
things. Yeah.
How old's your son?
He's 15. He's 15. He's
It's gotta be humbling.
Yeah, he's a wise kid, but he's a wise ass kid too. But yeah, even sometimes he call me out and correct me, and it's fine, man. I love that. Call me out. If I make a mistake, call me out.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
But so when you're dealing with all this stress, right, and you feel like you want to quit, you're hitting that breaking point, and then you reach out. You reach out to maybe your wife, your mentor. Those are the things that keep you grounded and kind of give you that confidence.
Yeah.
But tell me, how do you take that information, and actually implement it? Like, how do you get that energy?
So that was gonna be the next part of it, because I mean, you can get all the information and get all the access to wisdom that you can, but it's actually implementing it all that actually matters. And so it's hard because, say like this weekend, for example, there was a moment I took an hour of just mental break and I just listened to a podcast. I did nothing. I just sat and stared at a wall and listened to a podcast. And I don't have time to just sit for an hour and do that. But I needed that like mental reset, get my mind right. I needed to take like a mental shower, and then. But I mean, that was actually how I went about like separating myself from the situation. Was to take that little bit of a break. I don't want to watch TV or anything like that. I think that's mindless. I wanted to do something that engaged my mind, and put me in a better state. And then from there, I took the advice that they gave me, which was, one, my wife was like, spend more time with me. And I was like, okay, I can do that. Hopefully.
You definitely can.
Yeah. But, well, I had to move furniture and anyway. But making sure that the biggest thing, the guidance I got was priorities. And there are things that in our mind that we think is an emergency, and there's 1,000 emergencies that might come up during a day, right? That you think in the mind like, oh my gosh, I gotta get that done, I gotta get this done, blah, 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 blah. But it's going, what are the true priorities in life? What's your North Star? What's the things that guide you? And that was the thing that I had to sit and talk about implementation, is going, okay, what are my priorities? I've got God, I've got my wife, and I've got my business.
Okay.
So what's going to happen to align those in the way that they should? And so you talk about, and then after business, it's everything else. And so that was the thing. It's like, okay, let me take time. Let me have a conversation with my wife, because I know I made her upset this weekend. And so we sat down, had a conversation, and then talked with Dave. And then from there, then I was like, okay, I've got my wife taken care of. She's the most important thing in my world here. And
I mean, your wife is pregnant with your child. By the way, how far along pregnant is she?
She is, I don't know. She's due at the end of April, so whatever that is. 3 months away, I don't know.
Boy, girl?
It's a boy, yeah.
And do you have a name? Because I heard Gilbert's a really cool name. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right? It's Austin is what we're going with right now.
Austin, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, Austin.
Yeah.
Pretty cool name.
So, on that topic, people pick, like, I've heard a lot of examples where people are just kind of like throwing letters together recently, and they're like ethereal, or like using like Nova, or like or like Rain.
Man, you're destroying kids' childhood, man. Because I'm gonna tell you a little story about me.
I don't know what. Maybe we got wrong friends, but yeah, they're weird names.
Like, I was named Gilbert, and that destroyed my child. I was picked on. I was bullied. It was something I had to deal with for a very long time.
Is that why you went with Jamal?
That is why, and most people know that. But so when my son was born, I really thought about his name, and I was like, I love Elijah as a biblical name, as a song name. Mm-hmm. Although I'm not truly religious, but I gave him his middle name just in case he didn't like Elijah, which was Shakur, because I'm a huge Tupac fan.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I literally named my son after Tupac.
That's awesome.
You know, and what was sad about me is that I was never given a middle name. So it was just Gilbert, so I just made up Jamal.
Imagine being named Carrick. Yeah.
Yeah, I could.
I actually, funny story, everyone I ever tell your name to, I always think I'm saying carrot. Like Carrot Top.
It does. Yeah, so finish your story. You was talking about your wife and taking care of her.
Yeah. So you talked about implementing those strategies, and it's like, I think the biggest thing to help me implement anything is to realize what the priorities are, and then take action on those priorities. And so when I broke it down into God, family, business, I make sure that I have to, because I am a sinful person. I make mistakes.
Yeah, we all are.
Ground myself back in what is right, and then spend time with my wife. And then when it comes to business, address the things that are truly a priority.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to get the equipment out of the office. That was a priority. There is a big website that I have that I'm working on right now that's due here soon. That's a priority. Other things, take a backseat until those things are addressed.
Yeah.
So it's just understanding what those priorities are, what your true North Star is, and asking myself, is me doing this action going to further me in reaching the goal of my life?
Well, so the thing about a breaking point, it's okay. First and foremost, I have to address this. So Dee mentioned about being bullied because of my name Gilbert, and
it's because he was 4 foot tall back in the day.
Well, the problem with the name Gilbert, it was okay until that dang movie What's Eating Gilbert Grape came out.
Oh, that's true. Leo messed you up.
Yeah. After that, it was a done deal. Any coolness I had, I would just start to make Gilbert cool. It was out the window, and I was done. And I still get that to this day.
Do you really?
Yeah, I still do.
Do you write like Leo hate mail? Like, I really hate that
well,
you did
Leo
that movie.
and Johnny Depp, and whoever directed or wrote the movie, whoever came up with the concept.
Why do you got to make this guy seem retarded?
Whoever titled the movie, like whoever wrote the story, what? Screw all of them. But you know what? I'm okay though. I'm okay.
Yeah,
so
I could see that though.
You
That did come out back then.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, like because some people call me Gilbert, some people call me Jamal, and Rachel, and I don't know if she does it to annoy me or she actually really do genuinely like it. She likes the name Gilbert over Jamal, which is so funny. But the breaking point to me is a mental thing. It's no such thing as you're not running into a brick wall. There is no brick wall.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, there is nothing that you can't do. I mean, realistically speaking, you can never fly. But as far as accomplishing your goals, there's nothing you can't do if you stay focused and stay confident. And what happens? People they let the world tell them you can't do it, and then they start believing it.
Yeah.
And then they're ready to quit.
Yep.
And then it's like they create this breaking point. Like, this is my breaking point. I'm done. Why?
You know what frustrates the heck out of me though is people who draw that line in the sand. They're like, I'm incapable of doing this action.
Yeah.
You're like, no, you are totally capable.
Yeah.
You are creating your own mental barriers that you are not accepting the fact that you can walk past it. I hate that when people. Okay, so little things, little frustrations. Like I do I trade IT work to get an office space in this brokerage for a real estate agent, real estate brokerage. And so I have people from that agency come to me, and they'll go, I can't do this. I just don't understand Microsoft Word or something like that.
Yeah.
I'm like, you are totally capable of learning Microsoft Word. You didn't know how to drive.
Yeah.
You figured that out.
Yeah.
I know it's quicker if I do it.
Yeah.
But you eventually should do this instead of calling me 3 times a day to do it.
Okay. So let me tell you my resolution besides Rachel. Okay. She was a factor,
Yeah, unstoppable. I like that.
Yeah. What helped me get past this whole mental block, aka breaking point, aka whatever, is I took a break. I stopped. I stopped thinking about it. I walked away for a second. I was getting so overwhelmed that I started focusing on so much of the negatives and things I wasn't doing, and things I didn't know that was bothering me, to my core. So what I needed to do was take a step back, breathe, and realize where I was a month ago. We didn't have none of this.
Yeah,
we didn't have no equipment. We had no followers. I didn't have the Instagram page, the YouTube page. I didn't have the knowledge that I had before. And I was like, and I did that. And we did that within, 3 weeks.
Well, I think
Give it 3 months.
I walked in one day and you're like, I've been thinking about doing that podcast thing you were talking about.
It was just a thought.
Yeah.
It was just a thought.
And then we're like, let's do it.
Yeah. It was just a thought. 3 weeks ago, it was just a thought. And we both said, let's do it. And then, boom, we got it done.
Podcast is here?
Yeah, it's here, and we're moving forward. And my goal now is week to week, we do something better. We learn from our mistakes. Like today, we had some technical difficulties. We got sound going on in the gym, so we got to pick a better time.
Yeah, but I'll tell you, I walked in today and dude had an impressive setup. You guys are facing us right now, but if I could turn this camera around, because that's the only camera we have, so I can't turn it around for you. But he's got an impressive little setup. He's got like a little mini shotgun mic right behind the camera. He's got a freaking bright LED light that I can't see past right now.
Yeah.
I actually like see stars when I look at the phone. And then he's got it all propped up on this like stand that's holding the phone itself.
Yeah.
And it's impressive, man. It looks way more professional than it did last week.
So what I thought about this, and this came from when, first and foremost, his name is Mac.
Yep.
Mac Little.
Yeah, and if you look it up on Instagram or Facebook, it's Mac Little Creative.
Okay. And so I learned some things. And so last week we was facing each other, and we had to keep turning to see the screen and to see what people are writing. So when me and my girlfriend did the podcast on Sunday, it felt so natural to like look forward as if we look into the people that we are talking to.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I was like, well, we have to change this around. And then I watched some YouTube videos, and that's the way it was. It's typically not facing each other. I don't know, Joe Rogan they face.
Joe Rogan did it. They face each other.
Yeah, Joe Rogan. But like Joe Rogan's Joe Rogan. Like he
could do whatever he wants.
Yeah, he could do that. I mean, these guys could be standing upside down, and like for some reason it just work out. It would be like, oh, that's really cool. We got to do that, and people will follow that. But I felt like it would be better for us. But Joe Rogan also have somebody on the side with a computer that could tell him things and give him information.
Yeah, Jamie. Yeah, that guy.
So
we need a Jamie.
We definitely need a Jamie. Or something. Yeah. So what I'm doing is just learning and gradually making changes, and hopefully it will all pan out. Because I don't think we ever going to be perfect, right? So they always say perfection is not a destination; it's a journey. Mm-hmm. So the point is, you could strive to be perfect as possible, but you will never get there. Yeah. But do you want to get there?
No, because
I love the journey.
I was gonna say, like, you always hear about people who win the lottery and they lose it like right away. Or you get people who had some major goal, like I want to be a CEO of this company, or I want to get to this height. If I only had this one thing, I would be happy. Yeah. And they always realize when they hit that one thing, that if only I had it, I'd be the most amazingly happy person in life. You hit it, and then you go 5 minutes later, you're like, well, I guess I don't know what to do now. Yeah. And people wrap their identity around this one thing. And if they hit it, great. But if they don't, they like lose themselves, and some even like they sadly commit suicide and all that crap. But it's terrible. But if you hit it, you go, oh man, I had achieved this greatness, and now what? The purpose of my life is gone. Yeah. The journey means everything.
Yeah, it's just like doing the Great Depression. When the Great Depression hit, and all those guys lost all their money, what they do? A lot of those guys was jumping out the window. They was literally committing suicide because they felt like there was a failure, and they truly hit their breaking point to the point that they actually wanted to take their lives. Yeah. Okay, and not knowing that, yes, the whole country was going through a depression, and not realizing that these are all temporary problems. Don't pick a permanent solution for a temporary problem. Okay, so
you can make that association in business and life and everything.
Everything. Yeah, everything. So as I was getting down about myself, and I was getting down about what I didn't know about being a podcaster or a video blogger or whatever.
Read D. Yeah, that's
man. Okay. My breaking point was losing my husband in the war, and my dad. We were 3 years apart. I had no choice but to give back our 3 children goals. Wow.
D. I don't know you. I feel like I want to meet you now, but that. Like, you overcoming that makes you a hero to me, for sure.
Well, first and foremost, I definitely want to thank your husband for his service.
Yeah.
Being a vet, I believe that there's no greater honor, somebody can, do or give is a life for their country. So, thank you, and your family. But also, you are my inspiration because what you went through. Being that you lost your husband and then you lost your father within a short amount of time, and you still find a way to keep going, especially when you have kids to take care of, man. That's called strength. That's called power. That's hard work, dedication all day.
Yeah, I think anything that you and I just talked about today is dwarfed.
I know, yeah, for sure.
Like she's overcome way more than us.
That's why I say that she inspires me.
Yeah, no joke.
You know, because people go through so much in life, and everybody have their struggles. Everybody have their battles. And I mean, we could talk all day long about, you know, what's tough, what's hard, obstacles, the downs and whatnot. But the truth is, we got so many beautiful things that we forget about.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that we even have life is beautiful. So, yeah, I definitely appreciate you sharing that story with us. Thank you. I love that.
Finish your thought, man. Sorry to interrupt you.
No,
I was
go
like,
ahead.
man, that's crazy.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, I was done.
Okay.
I was done.
All right. Well, I mean, so the other thing I want to talk about is we talked about it a little bit last week, and I know we've been talking for 40 minutes, so I'm not going to drag this on, but I really wanted to push on the power of association because when you're going through obstacles and you're hitting breaking points, association, the cliche thing is, you're the product of the 5 people that are closest to you. And while I totally agree with that, I think there's so much more to it.
Yeah.
We are tribal people.
Uh-huh.
We are followers, and we are people that need to depend on a community of people for our survival.
And that could be a strength and a weakness.
Yeah, it is a strength and a weakness,
Yeah.
but I would say I would expand on that whole definition of association and say the community of people that you surround yourself with is going to be who you become.
Yeah.
And so sometimes it's not easy to create a community of people who are all positive thinking, wealthy, blah, blah, blah. But you can create a community of people that have a healthy mindset to everything. So positive outlook. They don't give up when they hit breaking points. They push through barriers. Like, that is a mentality that there is a community of like-minded people out there that get together. And there's like meetup groups. There's networking groups and all this and there's like church groups and all these different things where you can meet up and become a part of a community of like-minded people. And that community is something that you can lean on as well.
I'll give you a perfect example. Obviously my fighter, Caleb Crump, he won his fight this weekend, by a first round armbar, and he's an amateur fighter. As he hasn't yet met my status of like success when it comes to fighting.
Sure.
But his hunger, man, and being around guys like that just starting out, that hunger is so infectious and so motivating and so like inspiring that it feeds me. So being around that, it makes me happy, man. It makes me like feel young again. Yeah. So that type of positivity could really help you get past certain things that may not be going your way. Okay, and you just get around positive people that doing positive things, no matter what level, no matter if they at the pro status, at the amateur status, or just the beginner status. But they being positive, they being hardworking, and you be like, you know what, they can do it, I can do it.
Yeah, and I've been thinking about that a lot as a guy that's going to be a father here soon. I mean, I'm thinking about not just me, but because I have my own set of issues, but what environment am I going to bring my kids up in, and what communities am I going to involve them in, so that they're surrounded by people who will make sure that they're being responsible and brought up correctly and keep them in check. And it's not just me; it's a group effort.
It is. It takes a village.
Yeah, man.
It takes a village, but also
that's the kind of stuff I think about lately.
So the reason why I say that it's a strength and a weakness, because you already talked about the strength of being in a tribal and in the community and things like that. The weakness is that sometimes people just stay just within that community.
Yeah, crabs in a bucket.
Yeah. So sometimes it's good to venture out and find people that's different than you, so you can learn a different point of view and grow that way too. And then when you bring in all the experience from all the people you met and or meet and all the knowledge you get from studying, those things is what's going to give you that strength to push past your breaking point.
Yeah.
Okay. If you stay just within yourself and you're not trying to go out and find challenges or put yourself in positions that's going to make you feel uncomfortable, when you hit that breaking point or that mental feeling of you wanting to quit, you're probably going to quit.
Yeah, true.
So keep pushing forward and venture out a little bit. I think those things are going to pay off a great amount of dividends.
Yep. Well, let's wrap this up, man. If you guys have any ideas for the next episode of Hard Work, Bad Decisions, put them in the comment section. We'll respond to them, and we'll pick a winner for that. And if you guys want to choose something other than if you guys want to talk about a topic other than just mentalities, we're game, man.
Yeah, we're gonna change it up, man. We're gonna find some fun topics here because I want to. We always talk about everything so serious. We're all so serious, talking about failures, talking about life lessons and breaking points. I want to talk about some fun stuff, some stuff that I could just get a little silly with. You know what I'm saying? Get a little stupid with.
You know what we should do?
Yeah,
we should have a Tosh Point oh, watching stupid, silly videos and just a reaction to it.
Yeah. I meant to ask you, did you watch the UFC fights?
I watch them, yeah.
No, this weekend.
No, I didn't watch them this weekend.
Okay.
I was at that conference.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
See, that'd be cool if we could sit down and talk about some fights, over the weekend, and we could add that into it.
Yeah, you have the pros version of it, and then you have the amateur going, "Oh, he kicked him."
Yeah, no, yeah. But that would be pretty cool. Either way, guys, we thank you for tuning in to another episode of Hardwork, Bad Decisions. I apologize about some of the technical difficulties we had. But you know what? It's all just a growing pain, and we can keep growing and keep learning.
You got a bunch of likes on that idea of a fight video or a fight show.
Yeah, fight show.
Yeah.
People always say that, but I was kind of straying away from just talking about MMA.
Yeah.
Because I think that's so it's so obvious. Just I'm a retired MMA fighter talking about MMA.
You see these jerseys behind,
the jerseys,
yeah, UFC and all that. Yeah, it's a layup for him right now.
Okay, guys. All right. Well, you enjoy your week. I see you on Sunday. Remember, hard work, bad decisions, the good, the bad, the ugly. Let's talk about it.
And if you guys like this episode, share it with your friends. We love the attention, man. Positivity breeds positivity. Go ahead, man.
Yeah. I apologize, and I keep forgetting to do this. I want to give a quick shout out to my sponsors. we gotta start paying some bills around here.
Okay, all right.
So to Muscle Farm, I love those guys. They definitely take care of me. To Caveman Chef, I love those guys too. If y'all Caveman Chef, they gave me prepaid meals, off the paleo diet. If you have any questions or concern about that, contact me. I got some discounts to give out, so I get you some discounted Muscle Farm supplements or some pre-made meals from Caveman Chef. I got discounts. Holla at me.
I heard that Gilbert's giving out free nutritional advice too.
I have some nutritional advice. The problem is I don't take my own advice. I need to work on that.
What was it? Last week we both came in with Burger King or something like that.
Hey, we're not going to talk about that. All right, guys. You have a good day.
All right. See you guys.